Hello, my lovely viewers. Welcome again to Mass Parties and I. It is a presenter, Jefferson, and today on the board we are still solving simultaneous equation. But we shall be looking at solving simultaneous equation involving three variables. Now, in our last classes, we talked about solving simultaneous equation involving two variables when we said we can use eliminating method, substitution method, and as well matrix method in solving it. But today's equations are made up of not just two equations, but three equations. And why do we have three equations? It is because we have three variables here, three unknowns. And what are the variables? M, N, and P. So now we are told to find the values of M, N, and P given these equations. And how can we solve this? Now today, I will be using the eliminating method first in solving, simultaneous equation involving three variables. And after which, in our next video, we shall be using how we can make use of matrix method and also solving simultaneous equations involving three variables. Now, what are the steps you need to follow when solving simultaneous equation involving three variables? Now, your aim is to eliminate a variable so that the three variables becomes two. Now you have a choice. You can choose to eliminate M, you can choose to eliminate N, you can choose to eliminate P. It's your choice. Now, how do you go about eliminating this variable? Now, either you solve with equation 1 and equation 2, and then eliminate a variable, and then you solve with equation 1 and equation 3, and then eliminate that same variable, and then you see the equation becomes a two-variable equations. Now we have a question on the board, and this is what we shall be using in explaining this method, the eliminating method, on three variables. Now let us begin. Now the question says, the first equation given to us was M plus N minus P equal to 4. And the second equation that was given to us is M minus 2N plus 3p equal to minus 6. Now this is equation 1, this is equation 2. Okay, and then equation 3 says 2n plus 3n plus p equal to 7. Now this is equation 3. Now what are the steps did I say you go? First, we solve with equation 1 and equation 3. Now what I want to do here is that I want to eliminate p in this equation. Now, like I said from the beginning, you have choice. You can choose to eliminate M, you can choose to eliminate N. This is what you desire. Now, in this case, I will be eliminating variable P. And how do I go about it? Step 1, I solve with equation 1 and equation 3. Now, let's bring equation 1 and equation 3 down. Equation 1 says M plus N minus P equal to 4, and equation 3 says what's it called? 2n plus 3n plus p is equal to 7. Now, how do we eliminate p in this question? How do we eliminate p in this question? Now, in equation 1, I have minus p. In equation 2, I have plus p. Now, what sign will I give in these equations that will make minus p and plus p to be 0? Now, you will notice that if I use minus p minus plus p, minus times plus will give us minus. So minus p will give us minus 2p, which is not 0. So it means p is not eliminated here. But if I use addition, which is minus p plus p. Now, plus times plus gives us plus, so minus p plus p gives us 0. So it means for us to eliminate p in this equation, we are going to add. Now, adding these equations, we have something like this. Now, m plus 2n will give us 3m plus n plus 3n will give us 4n, okay? Minus p plus p will give us 0. P has been eliminated. Now, equal to 4 plus 7 will give us 11. Now, you will notice that this becomes our equation 4. Why is it now our equation 4? Because in equation 4, there is no more variable p. Variable p has been eliminated. Now, let us eliminate p now in equation 1 and equation 2. You can start with equation 1 and 2 and then equation 1 and 3. Or you can start with equation 1 and 3 and then equation 1 and 2. It is how you want to go about it. Now, bringing equation 1 and equation 2 now out, we have this. M plus n minus p is equal to 4. And equation 2 says m minus 2n plus 3p is equal to minus 6. Okay, now we also need to eliminate p here so that we can have an equation without variable p. But you will notice that in this question, I have minus p here and I have plus 3p here. And there is no way we can add or minus that these two guys will give us 0. So what do? We have to make sure that the coefficients of p are the same. Now, how do I make the coefficients of p the same here? This is what we will do. Now, p is carrying 3 down. I will use it to multiply everything on top. Then, p is carrying minus 1 on top. I will use to multiply the whole thing down. Now, when I multiply all through, I'm going to have this. 3 times m will give us 3m plus 3 times n will give us 3n minus 3 times p will give us 3p equal to 3 times 4 will give us 12. Now, how do I get the next equation? I use minus 1 to multiply everything as well. Now, let's go. Minus 1 times n will give us minus m. Now, minus 1 times minus 2n will give us plus 2n. Minus 1 times plus 3p will give us minus 3p equal to minus 1 times minus 6 will give us ordinary 6. Because why? Minus times minus is plus. Now, you will observe that in the new equations that we have gotten, the coefficients of p are the same. Minus 3 up and minus 3 down. So now that the coefficients are the same, what do? We subtract so that p's are eliminated. Now, when we subtract this, we are going to get this. Now, 3m minus n. Now, minus times minus gives us plus. So, 3m plus n gives us 4n. So, I have 4n. Now, 3n minus plus 2n. Now, minus times plus gives us minus. So 3n minus 2n gives us n. So we have plus n. Now, minus 3p minus 3p. Now, minus times minus gives us plus. So minus 3p plus 3p gives us 0. So what does that mean? It means p has been eliminated. Just the same way p was eliminated in equation 4. Now, what do we have here now? Equal to 12 minus 6 gives us 6. Automatically, this becomes equation 5. Now, you will notice that in equation 4 and equation 5, there is no p. P has been eliminated. So, what do we do next now? Solving equation 4 and 5. Let's try to work with the board. Solving equation 4 and 5 now, which involves two variables. Bringing them out, we have it. Equation 4 says 3m plus 4n is equal to 11. And equation 5 says 4m plus n is equal to 6. Now, the same thing applies. What are we looking for? Using the same eliminating method, it simply means eliminating one of the variables. Either you eliminate m or you eliminate n. Now, in this case, if I want to eliminate n, what does that mean? It means the coefficients of m must be the same in order for me to eliminate. Now, m is carrying coefficient 3, n is carrying coefficient 4. They are not the same. So what did I say you would do to make them the same? I will use 4 to multiply everything on top, and I will use 3 to multiply everything down. Now, without wasting time, here becomes equal to 11 equal to 6. So that because we have to manage the board. So here becomes times 4, and here becomes times 3. Now, multiplying this, we have this now. 4 times 3n will give us 12n plus 4 times 4n will give us 16n equal to 4 times 11 will give us 44. Now, using 3 to multiply all through, we have this. 3 times 4n will also give us 12n plus 3 times n will give us 3n equal to 3 times 6 will give us 18. Now class, without wasting time, you will now notice that m here is 12, m here is also 12. They are the same. So what do? I minus. I subtract. Now when I subtract, 12n minus 12n is 0. So what does that mean? We have succeeded in eliminating n. Now let us proceed. 16n minus plus 3n. Now minus times plus gives us minus. 16n minus 3n will give us 13n is equal to, now 44 minus 18. 44 minus 18 now will give us 26. Now, we are looking for n. Now, what is making n not to be the subject of the formula? It is 13. So what do I have to do? I have to divide both sides by 13 so that n becomes the subject of the formula. Now, dividing both sides by 13 over 13 over 13. When 13 cancels 13, n is equal to 26 divided by 13 will give us 2. Now, class, we have gotten one of the values of the variables. Remember, we have 3, m, n, and p. Now, we have gotten n. Okay, now that we have gotten n, what is the next variable do you think will be easier for us to get? It is m. Because why? In the new equation, it was only m and n that we had, not m and p. So now, substituting the value of n in either equation 4 or equation 5, you will get the value of n. So far, anywhere you see n, give the value of what? 2. Now, in this case, I want to make use of equation 5. To get the value of n. Now, bringing out equation 5 says 4m plus n. But now, what is n? N is what? 2. So, substituting 2, I will now say plus 2 equal to 6. Now, class, without wasting time, I can't add 4m and 2 together because why? They are unlike terms. 2 is not carrying n. So, what do I have to do? Plus 2 will cross to make 6. Now, when plus 2 crosses the equality sign to meet 6, it becomes minus 2. Now, what do we have now? 4m is equal to 6 minus 2. Now, class, 6 minus 2 will give us 4. What do I have? 4m is equal to 4. Again, making m the subject of the formula simply means making m to stand alone. And for m to become standing alone, I have to divide both sides by 4. Now, here becomes over 4. Now, so here becomes over 4. So, class, what does that mean? It means when 4 cancels out 4, I have n is equal to 1. Okay, now I have gotten two values, m and n. Now, we still have one left, which is the value of p. Now, how can we now get the value of p? We have to come back again to equation 1, or equation 2, or equation 3. Why? Because these are the equations that involves what? Variable p. But now, the easiest one to use, you can use anyone, you will get the same answer. If you use equation 1, if you use anyone, you will get the same answer. But I think the easiest one to use it is in equation 1. Now, if I want to use equation 1 to solve for the value p, I'm going to have this. We have to, try to manage the keyboard. Now, using equation 1 now, n plus n minus p. Now, n is 1. N is 2. So substituting the values, I have this 1 plus 2 minus p is equal to 4. Now 1 plus 2 gives us 3. Now here becomes 3 minus p is equal to 4. Now I can't work with 3 minus p because why? They are unlike terms. 3 is not carrying p. So what do I have to do? 3 has to cross to meet 4 because 3 and 4 they are like terms. They are not carrying p. Now, when 3 crosses, it becomes minus 3. Now, what do we have left here? Minus p. Now here becomes minus p is equal to 4 minus 3. So class, minus p will give us 4 minus 3 is 1. Now p is still not subject to the formula because why? It is carrying what? A negative sign. So what do I have to do? Divide both sides by minus, divide both sides by minus. Class, when minus cancel as minus, what do I have here? P is equal to. Remember, 1 cannot be divided by minus. Minus can, a sign can only be divided by another sign. Now, what sign is 1 carrying up? Plus. What sign is here? Minus. Plus divided by minus will give us minus. So what do we have as our answer? Minus 1. Therefore, n is equal to 1. N is equal to 2. And p is equal to minus 1. So class, this is how you can apply eliminating method in solving 3 variables simultaneous equations. I believe you have learned something new today, and please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and please don't forget to share. Till we meet again in our next video. God bless you.